Yo guys, so a quick little update on things as a couple of tank changes just got pushed to PTR. First things first, we have Brewmaster receiving a very small buff to Celestial Brew. Purified Chi maximum stacks was reduced to 6, down from 10, and now increases Celestial Brew's absorb amount by 35% per stack, which was 20% per stack. This is mostly a quality of life change that adds up to be a 10% buff at max stacks. It makes Master of Harmony slightly more appealing as well as Black Ox Brew, but overall it won't really change much. It doesn't address any of Brew's real issues directly, but at least it's a positive change. Then there's the elephant in the room. Protection Paladin is receiving multiple nerfs. Strength and Adversity is being reduced to 3%, down from 5%. Uther's Council CDR has been lowered to 15% instead of 30%, and Refining Fire damage has been reduced by 30%. We also have some Templar nerfs, but we'll get to those in a second. So these nerfs are fairly warranted, let's be perfectly honest. All three of those talent nodes were extremely over budget for what they were providing, and it's definitely deserved, but how bad are the nerfs actually going to be? Well, I can tell you, we're looking at roughly a 10% parry loss at max stacks of Strength and Adversity, which will be quite noticeable, particularly as pools get bigger and bigger. The CDR nerf to Uther's Council means we're losing a whole 45 seconds of bubble CDR directly. You do have to account for some Righteous Protector CDR, reducing this a little bit more, but it is still quite a chunk. Then lastly, we have the Refining Fire damage nerf. This will equate to around a 3 to 6% damage loss overall by the end of a dungeon, so it is a decent amount to lose. Now onto the Templar nerfs. Empyrean Hammer damage was reduced by 30%. Now at the moment on PTR, based on our new tier set, Templar was looking extremely enticing and had a crazy amount of DPS output. In the keys I've been managing to complete in combination with the tier set, Empyrean Hammer was doing around 30% of my overall damage in a key, sometimes closer to 40. Once we take into account these nerfs, this will end up being a roughly 10% damage loss overall in a dungeon, which is definitely painful and pushes us back towards Lightsmith once again. Next up we have Warrior getting another buff, this time focusing on our tier set. The Luck of the Draw buff, which we get from taking damage, has increased its duration to 12 seconds up from 10, and the Shield Charge CDR was increased from 12 seconds up from 6. The amount of damage we gain from this is hard to quantify off the top of my head, but I doubt it will be noticeable. It does further desync our shield charge from our cooldowns, which might feel a tad awkward, but it also makes our shield block up time even easier to maintain, which is a good thing for a lot of people. Overall, these changes don't really do much, but it does seem that the focus of these changes is on quality of life more so than anything else. I don't think this is enough to push Paladin out of the meta, but what do you think? Don't forget to like and subscribe, it helps me out a lot, and be sure to check out my streams over on Twitch where I'm live every day except Thursday. Much love friends, see you in the next one.